The object of a smear campaign is to deflect the blame from me, detract from any narrative you could possibly come out with, and also to gaslight you into believing that you were indeed the problem and not me. The smear campaign is the insurance policy which the narcissist will put into place during the relationship in order to preserve our self-worth, our self-image, our self-dignity, and more importantly, the image we project out into the world. If you look at a narcissist's social media, you'll find that we are altruistic, we love nature, we love animals, we are giving off this impression that we are so kind and loving and caring. And that is purely so. When you go gallivanting off and telling everybody about what I've done and how I've mistreated you and how I was abusive and how I was manipulative, they're going to take one look at my social media, one look, and they're going to go, he can't be like that, he loves animals, he loves flowers. Look at him doing some charity work. Look at his philanthropy. Look at him going to church. Look at him and his family. He can't possibly be like that, what you're saying. That's how you control the satellite people, is before they make their allegations against me, I'm already projecting the image and the kind of person I want to portray myself as to those other people who may be on the fringes of looking. Next way a narcissist will ensure that they are believed over you, I have already been speaking to your friends, so every time we have an argument, I will talk to your friends. Every time I've done something wrong to you and say you have reacted or you have gotten upset at me, I will have got my side across first. And that is purely so that when the relationship ends and I need to portray that you were insane and you were crazy and you were the bad one during that relationship to your own friends and family, so that they can secondary gaslight you later on by telling you we've met him, we've spoken to him, we've seen how he is with your sister, with your brother, with your friends, with ourselves, with your children. There is no way he has done what you are alleging him to do. Another way how a narcissist will protect their own status and their own ego with a smear campaign is, of course, using social media to their advantage, but not social media in a passive way. No, the passive way is for people looking in. I now want to project out. I want to tell my story. I will go on social media, I will post photos, I will post my own narrative, I will tag people who you know, I will make sure that during a relationship I have plenty of mutual friends, plenty of mutual following, so that when I post my side of the story, they will believe me. Now, you won't have posted anything because you are trying to deal with what happened. Me, I'm not trying to deal with what happened. I don't care about you. All I care about is myself and my own reputation. It's about damage control. That's why when the relationship ends, when I finally discarded you, or even worse, you've discarded me, you better hope that you have all your ducks in a row, because I will come for you. I will come for you. If you ever break up with me and make me be out to be the bad one, to be the one in the wrong, I don't care about you. I don't need to get over you and understand what happened, because you are nothing to me other than supply. Now, if this supply then tries to fight back and starts to tell people what's happened, I will be straight online. I will straight online before you even have a second to understand what's even gone on, and I will be poisoning the people who you know against you. I will be poisoning the people around you, the people that we have in common, our mutual friends. I will make sure my friends, people who know me, are messaging you, are getting in your inbox and are telling you that you are the problem, that you are in the wrong, that you have no idea how lucky you were to be with me, no idea how goddamn disrespectful you have become with the way you've treated me. Meanwhile, I will know that you're hurting, and I don't care, because you've hurt me. You've gotten rid of me. Who the fuck do you think you are? All the little ways how I can create an insurance policy is during an argument, I can contact your friends. So I've been going at you and 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 at you, and eventually you bite back. You bite back, but that, my friend, is that's what I was counting on. Because I already have your mate, your friend, on standby, on the phone, so that when you start shouting, they can hear you screaming and shouting. And of course, by that point, I've started getting upset. I've started speaking on the phone. You need to come and help me. He's calling me every name under the sun. I need your help. Friend comes over, sees you angry, sees you upset. I'm stood there like I don't know what's happened. We were having an argument and you've just gone crazy. Friend takes my side. Then later on down the line, relationship ends. This friend who was your friend, but I called for my support, has already seen the way you are. That friend then takes my side. I then collect one of your friends. I collect one of your family members. I collect some of your online following and some of your satellite friends. And there is nothing you can do about it. Because they've already bought into this false narrative. They've already been sucked into this matrix of narcissistic abuse and narcissism, which I've projected. Because unless you are in a relationship with me, with someone who has narcissistic personality disorder, you will not know, you will not understand, and you could not possibly gather or comprehend the level of abuse which you are subjected to. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to hijack the narrative. I wanted to hijack the narrative so that when our relationship finally terminates, which it will, because that's what I plan on, I don't plan long term, I plan short term, because I want my supply now. I want to drain everything from you now, and I'm already putting in insurance policies to hijack the narrative, to preserve my own image when this relationship comes to an end. And if I really want to be sinister, if I really want to be sinister, if you've caused me such a narcissistic injury and I have to act dramatically and drastically, I can make a false allegation to the police. I can contact social services and tell them that you're abusing your children. If we go to court, if we go to family court, or we go to a divorce lawyer, you damn well bet that divorce will be messy. Because the object for me isn't necessarily the divorce. No, the object for me is to make it as painful and drag it out as long as possible and to drain as many of your resources as possible. Because how dare you fight back against me? How dare you show people what I'm actually like? Meaning that people form a ulterior opinion about me other than the one I've cultivated and taken so long to craft. Do you know how hard? Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how long it takes for me to project this image to the world? It's taken me years to craft and perfect. And yet you, when we end, have the audacity to try and break that. So I want to project into the world that I'm the victim. And there is nothing you can do about that. So the reason why I made this video was because I have been in a relationship with someone who was, I would potentially say MPD, definitely covert MPD, but more likely BPD. Either way, regardless of titles, of labels, etc., this person wasn't nice. And one thing what I see in relationships like this when people get into them or people are stuck in them is that they're waiting for the diagnosis. They're waiting for the absolute binary answer of this person is either MPD or is not MPD. Ultimately, if someone's abusive, then they're abusive and you need to get out of that relationship. What can happen though is what happened with me was I was with someone and the relationship ended. It ended very, very badly. I then woke up the next morning to a smear campaign. Never even heard of a smear campaign, didn't know what one was. I had people messaging me, I had people, this person had put on something on social media, basically saying that I am X, Y and Z, the most deplorable things a man can be accused of. I had people who I'd never spoken to before messaging me, threatening me, saying that they're going to do X, Y and Z to myself. For a few months, it was the worst period of my life, and the way how I dealt with it was I knew what I'd done, I knew what this person was saying wasn't true, and ultimately the people that were close to me, the true friends, supported me, believed me, regardless of what had happened. My ex-partner, during an argument, rang up one of my friends and got them to come down and basically gaslit me to the point I apologised to them for what they'd done to me, and my friend was sat there believing them over me. Now, this was a very good friend, and I don't blame the friend at all, I really don't. They fell into the same trap what I did, and that was pure manipulation. This person was incredibly, incredibly good at manipulating people, which was why, people believed that the smear campaign that occurred after our relationship had ended. But ultimately, life goes on. Reputational damage is temporary. The people that matter to you and care about you, they are the ones who will believe your side of the story. And if you've done nothing wrong, then you've nothing to be worried about. So it is tough, and I'm going to do a longer video on overcoming smear campaigns in the future. The character which is portrayed in these videos is NPD, is narcissistic. It's a character from my crime novel called Left for Dead. Imagine Chris Carter without any filter. It's a dark crime British novel. And the reason why there's a narcissist in it is because the main character, called Detective Laura Warburton, she has escaped this relationship with this person, but is still suffering from the effects. It's available now on Kindle. If you want to support the channel, you can do it in a few ways. You can either buy a copy of this book here, or read it on Kindle. You can head to my website, jdarkmoreauthor.com, and sign up to my newsletter where you'll get a prequel to this called Gaslight. You can also support me on Patreon. You can get a 7-day free trial on my Patreon. But there's also another way you can help support, and that is to press that subscribe button. The object of these videos is not only to highlight narcissistic abuse, but also to highlight coercive and controlling behaviour, and also how to help and support people to make them aware of what narcissistic abuse is, what domestic abuse is, what controlling behaviour is, and also topics like this, like a smear campaign. Like I said, I've never even heard of one. I didn't even know what one was. So if you want to support the channel and want to help me in assisting other people to bring awareness and speak to people about what these kind of people do, then support the channel in one of the ways I've just mentioned. Links are in the bio. Have a click, have a look, and I wish you a good day. Take care. Thank you for watching.